Let us start current affairs. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval gets second term, 5 more years. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval got 5 more years, and his rank is cabinet rank. Ajit Doval's rank is cabinet rank, and you know, he is the first NSA. Ajit Doval is the first NSA to serve 2 consecutive terms. Ajit Doval is the first NSA to serve 2 consecutive terms, means 2 times. Ajit Doval, see, he is nicknamed as James Bond of India. We call him as James Bond of India. Remained undercover as an undercover agent in Pakistan for 7 years, posing himself as a Pakistani Muslim in Lahore. Posing himself as a Pakistani Muslim in Lahore, he was in undercover. I think you would have seen the Mahesh Babu movie Pokiri. In Pokiri, hero will be in the undercover. So it is not so easy to be undercover in Pakistan. I think you all know, 2 years back, Kulbhushan Jadhav was caught by the Pakistan authorities. Now his case is going on in International Court of Justice. Government of India disclaimed him, disowned him, but see, if you are caught, this is a problem. So he was very apt. Ajit Doval got his second term as National Security Advisor. He was an undercover agent. He worked as in undercover for 7 years in Pakistan. Very important thing. And next important news is Quad. Q-U-A-D, Quad. Q-U-A-D, Quad. Quad means Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Quad means Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. As you all know, growing prowess of China in South China Sea and also Pacific region. China is trying to control many oceans and seas. Even China wanted to have its strength in Indian Ocean. So a group was reformed. It was formed in different name earlier. Again it was formed Quad, also called as Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Q-U-A-D. Quad means Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Senior officials of Quad met at Bangkok. Recently, senior officials of Quad met at Bangkok. There are 4 members in Quad: India, US, Australia and Japan. You may get a prelims question. Which of the following is not a member in Quad? India, US, Australia and Japan. Q-U-A-D, Quad. Quad. Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Q-U-A-D. Quad means Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. There are 4 members in Quad: India, US, Australia and Japan. India, US, Australia and Japan. The senior officials of Quad met at Bangkok. United Nations Security Council, UNSC. You all know we have a international organization called United Nations Organization. You have studied in your schooling. There is a important organ in the UNO called UNSC, United Nations Security Council, UNSC. UNSC have reimposed, that means have continued sanctions. There were sanctions on South Sudan. There is a country called South Sudan, and then now the sanctions are being continued on South Sudan, though China, Russia and most of the African countries are asking the UNO not to continue, but the sanctions are being continued. See, there is a civil war in Sudan, and South Sudan was formed. It's one of the youngest country in the world. South Sudan is the youngest country, formed in 2011, In the civil war, more than 4 lakh people got killed and injured. Now the thing is, there were sanctions on South Sudan. South Sudan is an oil-rich country, but unfortunately it is poor because of civil wars. So UNSC continued its sanctions on South Sudan. Kindly locate the map. What are the bordering countries of South Sudan? What are the bordering countries of South Sudan? In prelims they will ask a question. Is Eritrea a bordering country or Republic of Congo is a bordering country? So you just check it out. What are the bordering countries of South Sudan in Geography Atlas? Kindly every day follow Atlas. If you see prelims question paper, you will understand the importance of following the Atlas. Kindly follow Atlas. Okay. Next important thing, OIC. OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. First of all, you should know, this is a news because 14th summit of OIC was held at Mecca. 14th summit of OIC. OIC means Organization of Islamic Countries. The 14th summit of OIC was held at Mecca. Okay, so here you should understand why it is in news. India slammed. Slammed means India was against or criticized. India said it is wrong. Slammed means shouting that something is wrong. India slammed. SLA. I am coming. SLAMMED, slammed. India slammed OIC after OIC announced that. It is going to appoint a special envoy. It is going to appoint a special envoy, ENVOY, to Jammu and Kashmir. To Jammu and Kashmir. So India was against OIC appointing special envoy to Jammu and Kashmir. You should understand a point here. You should understand a point. Pakistan is a member of OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. OIC. Pakistan is a member of OIC. There are total 57 members in OIC. There are total 57. This is a group of Islamic countries in the world. OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. There were total 57. It was formed in the year 1969. OIC was formed in the year 1969. There were total 57 members and Pakistan is a member. Remember. So, in the recent 14th summit held at Makkah, OIC decided to appoint a special envoy to Jammu Kashmir. India did not like it. India said it's an internal issue. Jammu Kashmir is a part of India. Who are you to appoint special envoy? Who are you to appoint the envoy? This was India's question. Okay, just remember, for this reason OIC is very, very important this year. Organization of Islamic Countries, you should read it thoroughly. There are 57 members. Okay, next. In news, in science and technology, James Webb, James, James, WEBB, JAMES, James, WEBB, James Webb. James Webb is a space telescope. James Webb is a space telescope. You should understand first, for NASA, NASA is a space agency of USA. There is a telescope, space telescope called Hubble, HUBBLE, Hubble. Telescope called Hubble, HUBBLE, Hubble. Now Hubble is becoming old and outdated. In place of Hubble telescope, new telescope they are introducing called James Webb. You may get a prelims question, what is the new telescope that is coming up in NASA? That is James Webb. James Webb, JAMES, James, WEBB, James Webb. James Webb telescope very soon might replace Hubble telescope. Recently, the world's largest and most expensive one, James Webb is a world's largest and most expensive one, has successfully passed the world's largest and most expensive telescope, James Webb. World's largest and most expensive telescope has successfully passed the final thermal vacuum test. Final thermal, THERMAL, final thermal vacuum test. Final thermal vacuum test. And now it can be used properly. Now it can be used. James Webb. So this might be a very important question. Kindly go through this. James Webb. Next important news. 31st May. 4 days back, we have observed World No Tobacco Day. 31st May is World No Tobacco Day. And here there were many reports. I wish to tell you one point on this. 34.6% of adults, 34.6% of adults in India are smokers. 34.6% of adults in India are smokers. They smoke. According to World Health Organization, WHO, according to WHO, tobacco kills more than 7 million people. Tobacco kills more than 7 million people each year. According to WHO, tobacco kills more than 7 million people each year. And the most important news, see, America earlier have given GSP to India, Generalized System of Preferences. As India is a developing country, and America have given certain subsidies in India's imports into USA. When India sells something in USA, it gets some special treatment. From June 5th onwards, US is going to withdraw this GSP to India. As Trump said, India is a tariff king. India is a king of tariffs. So I am going to retaliate. I am removing GSP to India. GSP means Generalized System of Preferences. GSP, Generalized System of Preferences. Okay. And the most important thing, today is June 4th. Tiananmen Square. Tiananmen, Tiananmen. Tiananmen Square. The protest completed 30 years exactly. The protest completed 30 years. Here you should know, in China, you all know Communist China was formed in the year 1949. Communist China was formed in the year 1949. And importantly, China was ruled by Mao. The Communist China was completely controlled by Mao in the beginning. In the year 1976, Mao died. In the year 1976, Mao died. After Mao, Deng Xiaoping, D-E-N-G, Deng Xiaoping, P-I-N-G, Ping, took over the control of Communist Party. After Mao, Deng Xiaoping. And you know, he is the man who led China into liberalism. Market, opened up the economy. In 1979 is the takeoff period of China. As the year 1991 is the takeoff period of India, as the year 1991 we have introduced LPG, in the same way for China it is 1979 under the leadership of Deng Xiaoping. Under the leadership of Deng Xiaoping. Though economically China follows many globalized and market economy strategies, politically even today China is communist country. Politically even today China is a communist country. And Deng Xiaoping, when opening up the economy, he said, no country in the world in the modern day, no country in the world in the modern day can prosper with a closed door policy. And this Deng Xiaoping with centralized administration and communist ideology brought about liberalism in China economically. And they don't want political democracy, they want politically communism to exist. And at that time, the Communist Party was divided into two types of thinkers. One is hardliners, second is liberals. Hardliners wanted to continue with political communism, but some liberals wanted to have economic communism also, democracy, political and economic both. Democratically they want to have the life. So one such leader was the secretary of Communist Party in China. His name is Hu Everbong. Hu Everbong. He was the leader of this. They want politically democratic mood, but unfortunately they were suppressed. They were suppressed. At that time, there were protests in China from April to June. These protests started in the place called Tiananmen Square protests. Tiananmen is in Beijing. Tiananmen is in Beijing. And the protest started very near to the place of Mao's death place, where Mao's cemetery is there. And people peacefully asked for democracy. At one point of time, more than 10 lakh people asked for democracy, but China suppressed it. China suppressed it completely. During that place, in that time, at that place, during protests, they have started a goddess of democracy, a statue. They have established a statue of goddess of democracy near Mao's cemetery, and they started protests. But finally, China hardliners do not want to have political democracy. They want politically to be communist. They have suppressed everything. They have suppressed everything. And unofficially it was said that more than 10,000 people got killed. But officially China have never declared. Only once somebody said it was 200 people who got killed. But around 10,000 students got killed. They asked for democracy in China. And China thought, even China wanted to erase every memory of June 4th, 1989. And China's calendar, even the date June 5th and 4th will not erase. The Chinese calendar will have May 35 days. In May, the Chinese calendar will have 35 days. They don't want to even utter the June 4 number. Even Chinese calendar erased June 4th. Even internet will be censored. No news, nothing will be done. So the communists thought that they have given proper vaccination to the democratic ideology. They have given proper vaccination. But unfortunately, to what extent only the future has to tell. This is what has happened in the Tiananmen Square issue.